Hello and welcome to the first in a short series of videos designed to help you get the most out of the tools available on the Arcade Icons website. First of all, we're just going to dive in and we're going to look at creating a new venue or collection and also adding games to that venue and to that collection. So we have our new user here, a guy called Flynn, and he wants to set up a collection. He wants to add some games to it. So let's go ahead and go over to Manage Games and take a look at that. And we can see Flynn doesn't have any games added yet, so we're going to go ahead and click on the Add a Game button up here, and you'll see listed here under Public Venue, he just has one venue, and this is the default one that gets set up for every user when they first sign up at the site. Flynn's Private Collection, and as you can see it's unlisted, so obviously that means that it won't be listed on the site. It's just for your private use. And this is fine for someone that just wants to make use of the site but doesn't necessarily want to tell the world too much about their arcade or their collection, and they just want to use the tools to keep track of their stuff. Now Flynn, he wants to open an arcade and he wants to have a listing. So obviously he's going to want people to be able to see what games are available at that location. So he's going to need to go ahead and create a venue. So let's just click out of this page for a second. And we're going to go back and we're going to choose Manage Venues. Now you'll see that there are no public venues available, so first of all we're going to go up here and click on Submit New Venue, and that'll take us to the venue creation screen. And here we can give the venue its name. Flynn's Arcade, always a good idea. And of course it is at 9543 Culver Boulevard, 90232, Culver City, in the glorious state of California. And also you can put in his website information here if he's got some more info that he wants to share with people about the site itself, about the location itself. Also down here we have the option to pull in a Google Map link. And what you can do, because we've already put the information in above, you don't have to type that all out again. You can just click Find by Venue Data. So I'm going to click that, and it auto-populates the information and pulls in the Google Map for that spot. Now let's drag our little dude down here onto the street view and just make sure that's the right place. Yep, there you go. There's his building that he just picked up. Looks like a perfect venue for an arcade. Lots of cars going past on that busy street. Lots of traffic, people coming in. Also, I just skipped by this, but of course you can put in some information about your arcade. Let people know what you're doing, what you got going on, and you can use the formatting tools in here to sort of give it a bit more pizzazz. Get your typography skills on. Also, let's go ahead to the other tab up here and add an image of the inside of our arcade. So that will appear on our listing as well. Put that in. So we look like we're good to go. We've got our image, got our details. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And there we go. We have our venue listed here. Now you'll see across here we have status. So at any time you can click that icon to publish or unpublish this location, and that just means that it won't appear in the arcade locations list, which is viewable by the public. So you have full control over whether people see the location or they don't. So you're closed for remodeling, whatever it is that you're going to do. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to publish the item because obviously we want people to be able to find the arcade. And let's go ahead over here to the arcade locations list, where we can see other users have already started setting up their collections. And there it is, Flynn's Arcade, Culver City, got his website link out there. Let's go ahead and click on it. And there we've got the basics of our listing starting to come together. We've got the image of our arcade, and people can click on that and they can see the larger image that you uploaded. And then down here, if they click on the map link, they'll get a proper Google Map pop-up and they can get directions from there send it to their phone or email, whatever they need to do. And you can see our descriptions down here with the formatting that we added. Also, events at this location and tournaments at this location. These are things that we're going to cover in a later video, but they'll all populate in this location description on the website. Okay, so now we've got our location. Now we're going to obviously want to add some games to that. So what we're going to do, we are going to go back to Manage My Games. And now we're going to choose to add a game again. But this time when we go and look at our venues, not only do we have our default unlisted venue, but we have the one that we just created. So now we can start adding games. Now we have a database on the website of over 5,000 arcade games already cataloged and listed. So you guys don't have to go through the trouble of tracking down images and information and descriptions, all that kind of stuff. It's already in the database for you. So just go ahead and start typing the name of the game that you'd like to add to your collection. And then a lot of the familiar questions and sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Categories, I guess, that you'd associate with a machine. So yeah, I've got a 720 degrees, it's an upright, it's in really good condition. You can add the serial number for it. Status, working or not. Now obviously you don't want to advertise games that aren't working in your listing, so if you want a game to show up in your listing, you have to have the status set to working. If it's set to partial or broken, then obviously that's a game that you probably have in the back room or in storage or somewhere else, and you don't want to advertise non-working games to people. Also, if you're running a business and you want to keep track of certain units, what you paid for them for accounting and what you sold them for, yada yada, then usually you have an asset ID that you associate with that machine. Simultaneous players, that's just for the various machine styles. Obviously you've got certain machines that have different configurations. X-Men, is it a 4-player or is it a 6-player? That kind of thing. And then location, we have 3 basic locations. On the floor to play. Again, a game has to be listed as on the floor to play if you want it to show in your venue listing. And then you have 2 other basic options. Storage on site, so yep, it's in the back room for whatever reason, or storage off site, it's over at your 17 storage units, waiting for that day when you will faithfully restore it and get it working and put it on the floor to play at your location. Every game can have its own individual game notes associated with it, so whatever info you need to keep for your own reference for this machine, you can keep it and put it in this field. You know, who I bought it from, what I paid for, what's broken on it, what work I've done on it. If I send a board off for repair, who did I send it to, when did I send it? Any info that you need to track with that machine, you can keep it all in this field. Also, and we'll cover this on a later machine that we'll enter, you can mark a machine for sale and put information about that sale in the sale listing, and as long as this box here is set to yes, then, or inquire, then your game listing will automatically appear in the classified section. There's no need for you to write a separate post and put all different information in about that. You can simply say, yes, this machine is for sale, add your price, put your info here, and boom. It's free, it's in the classifieds, and people can contact you. But we'll look at that in a little while. So click add to collection, and then there we go. We have our first game, 720 degrees. It's at our public venue there, Flynn's Arcade. And at a glance, you have a lot of useful information here in the list without having to click right into the game to see it. If you made any mistakes, you can go ahead here and click the edit button, and that'll just take you right back to the page you started, and you can go and make the adjustments however you need to set that game right. Also, clicking on a game name anywhere in the website will take you to the description of that game. You'll be able to see the top 10 posted scores for that game title from anyone on the site, and then also it will tell you what your own personal best is on that game title, not just the game in your location, although we do have those scores available in different areas of the site, but this would be your personal best on 720 wherever you posted that score. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's add a few more games. Let's click add a game. And we're just gonna whiz through here and add some classics. Donkey Kong, yeah, this one's a cocktail. Quality 9 out of 10, working on the floor to play. That's all we need to put in, add to collection. And boom, it's in your list. Whoop, made a boo-boo, didn't put it in my public location. So as you can see, the public venue is blank. No problem, just go back in, edit the game, make the change I need, and click the add to the collection button, and that will just update that record. There you go, Flynn's Arcade. Alright, let's add another game. Oh, what else would a guy like Flynn have in an arcade? Oh yes, he'd have a Frogger, that's what he'd have. Absolutely. Put Frogger in there, Flynn's Arcade, it's an upright. It's 6 out of 10, it's alright, it's working. Serial number, definitely that. And again, just ready to go. Boom, add it to the collection. Let's just do 2 more. So we've at least got five games in there at least. We do also have pinball machines on the site available to you. It's not a massive extensive list, but it does cover most of the popular classics. So let's go ahead and say, yeah, we have got an Addams Family, it's a pinball machine, 8 out of 10 quality. It's working, it's on the floor to play. Again, add to the collection. Okay, let's go ahead and add one more. I'm trying to think of the machine that a guy like Flynn would have in an arcade like that. I think it will probably be Tron, wouldn't it? Of course it would. So let's go ahead, put our Tron in here. Of course it's an upright, and it's a 10 out of 10. It's basically new. Serial number must be that. It's working, it's on the floor to play, but you know, we're thinking of selling it. So down here we're going to say for sale, yes. Sale price $1,500, because come on, this is a brand new Tron. And then I've just I've just got some text here I'm gonna throw in and just bang it out there, try and make it look pretty a little bit. Maybe make my heading sort of bold, and then definitely do big headings sell games, absolutely. And then maybe I'll do that bold as well, because more bold is better. There you go. Okay, so this is our for sale listing now. We've set the game, it's ready to go. We put a price with it, set to yes, and that's all you need to do. So it's in your collection, and you'll see in the list here that it's easy to see straight away what's for sale. Yeah, for sale, yes, there's the price. And so we've got our games there. Now, if we go ahead and come back to the arcade locations, or even just click on Flynn's Arcade here, we can get there either way, but let's do it the way that the public would do it. We can go ahead and look at Flynn's Arcade page now. And there we go, we got the 5 games that we've added, and they automatically appear on the location page. Anyone can click on any one of these machines. And also, obviously the style, but also we'll go into posting scores in a later video. But these are the high scores for your specific machine at your specific location. And then, of course, the name of the player that posts that score. But again, we'll cover score submission in a later video. People can click on the games, get info about the game. If it's something they haven't heard of before, I mean, who's heard of Tron? No one knows what it's like, so they might come to your website and say, what's this Tron game? I need to find some information about it. I definitely want to know what the PCB looks like, because I'm very picky about the games I play. And then, of course, if we click on the classified section here, then we can see the listings of games that have been put up for sale, and there's our Tron. top of the list, most recent added. Basic information about the game. We know what city and the location it's in because we put that information into our location when we created it. But this time if we click on the name of the game, it takes us straight to our little for sale listing. Now you can embed HTML in here. You can link to images from external sources. So you can make this ad look as pretty as you like. And then up here there's a nice big contact seller button, and that will take you straight to the profile page of the guy that's got the game for sale, so you can send them an email or a private message. Okay, so that wraps up this video. That has kind of taken us through the basic steps of setting up a venue and adding games to that venue or collection. You can have as many venues and locations, collections, whatever you want to call them, as you like. Each one has its own individual separate game list. So you can manage your collection however you want. You might want to create one that's called storage unit. You might have another one that's my mom's basement, and so on and so on. So there's plenty of tools there to help you manage your collections, whether you've got 2 games or whether you've got 500 games. You should be able to keep track of them all pretty nicely with the tools that we have. Alright, thanks for watching. That brings us to the end of this video, and like I say, this we'll have a series of different videos here just to let you get familiar with the tools and get the most out of the website. Thank you for watching.